Hello and welcome to a Heavy Metal Blaster special. My name is Ethan Grant and I am the Heavy Metal Blaster. And this video is a top 10 list of the 10 most badass Nerf guns of all time. Some I have, some I don't. Let's start in. Number 10. The Alpha Trooper. Starting our list off right at the bottom of the list is the awesome Alpha Trooper. It is the smallest, at its time, it was the smallest slam fire blaster to date, but it gave us so much in terms of aesthetic only. It was so awesome to finally get a blaster with a shotgun style handle. No one really gave us a shotgun style handle before, a pump action shotgun style handle. Now we got the rough cut to give us that, but beforehand, we didn't really have anything. It's not really a shotgun style handle, but it's as close enough as we got back then, which is awesome. I myself am a fan of the sawed-off shotgun, and the best ones are the pump action sawed-off shotguns, in my opinion, because you get that oh so satisfying. I can't really do that with this, but anyways, it's very, very satisfying. To be able to just like up, prime, and down, and then shoot. It's got some quirks to it, but in terms of aesthetic, it is badass beyond belief. It's just long enough to look formidable, and it's just flat enough to look tactical, and it's just awesome enough to be on this list. Number 9. The Aerostorm. I don't have it. In 1993, Nerf gave the Nerf community their badass gun of the year. It was so friggin' cool. This was the year I was born, so I was not really old enough to have Nerf guns. But I do remember a few kids in my neighborhood who did have one, and oh, were they cool when they brought that out. And just the commercial. The kid was talking about having your own personal arsenal, and he was like 5 years old, and it was funny to watch because he was trying to be badass and kind of succeeding. It's just that was badass in the 90s for a kid, just to have one of those awesome five ginormous arrow shooting Nerf guns. Is so friggin' cool. I really wish I can get one of those with all the arrows in box. That is one of the things I want for my collection, if I can ever find one. If you guys have one, give me a comment or send me a personal message, and I'll try to give you a fair price and or trade. All right, let's get on to the next one. Number 8. The Vortex Nitron. I don't have that either. When the Vortex series came out, they needed a big gun to kind of finish off their little series right there. The original collection, the best gun overall was probably the Praxis, just because of that shotgun pump action handle. I'm telling you, that's what makes a good blaster good, is that pump action handle. Anyways, they needed a battery powered blaster, just because all their lines need some sort of battery powered blaster. Like, alright, let me give you a comparison. The Nitron to the Vortex series is what the Swarm Fire to the newer Dart Tag series was when it first came out. That being said, it does look pretty badass, and if you hear that revving up, if you're having a plain old Vortex battle with nothing else, performance-wise, it kind of performs a little worse than the Praxis. But this list is basically just aesthetic and feeling you get when holding it. I'm pretty sure you feel pretty badass when you're holding a when you're holding a Nitron, just because of how big and bulky it is, and you can hold an extra. It actually stole a page from the Long Strikes book, the Long Shots book, and gave a not like the stock ammo one that the Long Strike had, but the under the stock clipping clip holder. Wow, that's kind of stupid sounding. But anyways, it kind of reminds me of the Long Strike in that respect. So that, and just the look of it overall, and the paint job is pretty damn cool too. That puts it on this list. Number 7. Oh, what do you know? I don't have that one either. Thanks for rubbing it in. Another oldie but goodie from the early 90s. The Ballzooka was from the early 90s Nerf action series. It was just really, really cool. It was pretty much just like 5 tubes that could hold 3 ballistic balls, and it rotated, and it's just so cool. Oh, but then the automatic one came out, and didn't have as much of appeal as the original one did. The original Ballzooka had the same appeal as an Aerostorm, as it was just a big blaster with a lot of ammo, and you could just pwn all your friends that had like the single shot ones. And it was just so cool, and it was the heavy blaster of the 90s in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion. It was the most ammo you could shoot in the early 90s, and it was just so goddamn awesome. If you don't think it's awesome, you don't know what awesome is. Number 6. Now this one I do have. That's right, the Raider. If you see my first WTF review video, which was a crappy upload by the way, I apologize for all those who liked the thought of it but didn't like the follow through due to the crappy uploading. You know how much I love the Raider and how awesome it is. Not only do you get the feeling that you're holding a Nerf equivalent to a Tommy gun, which is one of the coolest friggin' real guns out there. You get the slam fire, you get the barrel drum, you get the adjustable stock, and it's just so friggin' cool. I love this blaster, and I don't have to say anything more about it. It's badass, and you need to get one if you can get your hands on one. Not the Rampage, just because it doesn't come with the stock, which Nerf, big mistake not giving them the stock. Anyways, that's enough on the Raider. No more needs to be said. Okay, I think he's gone. Number 5. Now this one I also have, and it is the best find I've ever had. The Nerf Long Shot. Eat it. Stampede, the first full auto. Well, I guess you could say the Mag Strike was full auto, but that was also air tech, air pump. So, I'll give the first official full auto Nerf blaster to the freaking Stampede. It's so damn cool, it's so damn big, it's so damn powerful, and it shoots so damn fast. It's awesome, it's badass, it's the big daddy of the battlefield, just like the Swarm Fire, and oh, them together. I'm in heaven, I'm in heaven. I'm surrounded by awesome badass Nerf guns, all that I can see. That song was terrible, and I'm gonna stop now. Yeah, Anyways, if you guys know Bubble Lolo, check out his channel and check out his earlier videos, because he talks about from his original channel, he talks about Mr. Spamalot. I think that's what it's called. It was a Stampede with a swarm fire on the bottom of it, and it looked cool. I'm going to try to make one at some point, just because I think that would be badass to the nth degree, and that would be my primary in any Nerf war, I think, and HVZ if I ever participate in HVZ. All right, it's awesome. It's cool. I don't really like the shield that much. I think the shield actually brings down the badassness of the Stampede. The bipod grip, I'll give it that. The bipod grip is kind of cool. But if you get a 35 round drum in this thing, and you get a voltage mod and air restrictor removal, oh my god, is it cool. Badass number 2. The first loser. Now on to number 1. When Nerf started to release its End Strike line, it started to try to give more of a tactical style to their blasters, thus the introduction to the Night Finder and the Maverick, which had more tactical feels to them. The other tactical gun that came out around the same time as those, and it was the big release at that time, was the Long Shot. Man, did this thing look friggin' epic when it first came out. With the front gun, it was like 3 feet long, and it was awesome. It's just epic. It's the assault rifle. It was the assault rifle of the early End Strike line, and oh, was it cool! It's not a real sniper rifle like they made it out to be. It gets about 30 feet on a good day. This one is used. I'm going to try to get the Immortal kit for it, just so I can actually have it be formidable, and I'm going to give it a sick-ass paint job. And yeah, it's really cool. The stupid little bipod right here, which does pretty much nothing, acts for a very good foregrip. So just look at this thing. It's badass. I don't need to say anything more about it. Number 4. You bet your ass it's the Titan. Oh, the Titan. So big, so awesome. Oh, so fun. I love the Titan, and it looks pretty badass. Okay, think about this when it first came out. If you're a 7-year-old and you get to the playground and you're like, and everyone's got like a Night Finder or a Maverick, and you'd be like, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Run!" Not only does it have immense modding potential, not only does it have the Unity power system, which it's the second most effective blaster next to the Scout. I will admit the Scout is as a pistol is more effective in a Nerf war than the Titan is as a missile launcher, unless you use the general vicinity rule. But yeah, this is, oh, it's awesome. It's not the most badass, but it's one of the most badass. It's cool, it's awesome, and I love my Titan. I get to keep it because I got a job. But yeah, this is my baby, and you can't have her. This is the number 4 most badass Nerf gun of all time. Something that looks straight out of friggin' Halo. The Swarm Fire. The Swarm Fire is the most critically acclaimed dart tag blaster of the new dart tag line, if not the entire dart tag line. It is the Big Daddy. It's the beast on the battlefield. It's awesome. It's full auto. It's 20 rounds. It's friggin' badass. It's okay. I've seen guys who make gauntlets out of this thing, and it looks pretty formidable. Pretty damn formidable. It looks cool. It looks awesome because it is cool and awesome. If you don't have this one, I suggest going and looking at your local Walmart. I picked this up around a month ago. They still might have them. If they do, get one if you can. It's really good. I love it. You should love it because it's badass. Number 2. Alright, this one was really hard not to put in the number 1 spot just because of how innovative it is and how awesome it is. The Stampede. And the award for most badass Nerf gun of all time goes to the Vulcan. That's right. The most badass gun of all time is the chain gun of the Nerf company. I lied earlier. The Stampede was not the first full auto blaster. It was the Stampede, mother. Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. It is so cool. It is so damn cool. It was big, it was bulky, it had a chain, it was electronic, it made noise, and it was so damn cool. It also came with whistlers, so it made even more noise. It was the heavy Nerf blast, the heavy class Nerf blaster of its time. I know I said that like 3 times in a row, but still, it was so damn cool. Now I'm in heaven. Now I'm in goddamn heaven. This thing gave you so many options on play. You could just like use the tripod and just like sit around a picnic table and be like, no one can get me. It's cool. It had the before the next to the 30 dart barrel clip, it had the most ammo storage of any Nerf blaster. It had 25 darts, and you can mod 2 belts together and to make 50 darts. It was just cool, and we loved it. We loved every second of it because it was just cool. And not to mention, you could bring out your inner Arnold when you were playing with this toy. I love the Vulcan. It's badass. Tell me what your top 10 badass Nerf guns of all time are. If you agree with my list, thank you. If you have your own, tell me in the comments. And if you have any questions for me, just leave me in the comments. Leave a question in the comments or send me a personal message. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. And have a wonderful evening. This is Ethan Grant from Heavy Metal Blasters, signing off.